All right, and you found a quick review for Cramer's rule. So Cramer's rule is one method of solving a system of equations using matrices. And I think it's quite simplistic. I've got a system right here, and you can see two equations with two variables, and so we can solve this with matrices. All right, first off, we need what I call the system determinant. The system determinant, simply you get your columns from the coefficients of the x, and of course here that would be a -1, right? And from the coefficients of the y's, so that would be a 1 and that would be a -2. All right, let's go ahead and get that value of the determinant, diagonal method. So, right, -3 times -2 is a +6. Remember, going the opposite way, you got to start with a negative and then negative times a negative, and we're going to end up with a +1 that way. And so the value of our system's determinant is 7. Okay, we also need the x coordinate, the x variable determinant as well. Okay, so the easiest way to think of this is the x column and this is the y column. Now, because we're looking for the x determinant, we take the solutions and put them in the x column. So, oops, I need red there. How did I get to green? I have no idea. All right, so -3 there and 13, right? Now, what would be the y column? The coefficients of the y's. So this is a 1 and this is a -2. Okay, we want the value of this determinant as well, so let's figure that out. -3 times -2 is once again a +6. And remember, going the opposite way is a negative. -1 times 13 is a -13. Total value of the x determinant is a -7. Okay, and now we've got to do the y determinant. And so, again, if you'll think of columns as an x column and as a y column, all right, what are the x coefficients? -3, -1. Now, because we're doing the y determinant, again, we're putting the solutions into the y column. Okay, let's figure out the value of the determinant. -3 times 13, -39. Remember, minus, so minus and -3 is a +3 times 1 is a -3, and so the value of the y determinant is -42. Now, how do you get the value of the x and the value of the y? It's really simplistic. The value of the x will be the x determinant divided by the system determinant. And you can clearly see that our x is a -1. And how do you get the y? Well, again, you're going to divide it by the system determinant, and you can see that our y is a -6. So these two lines intersect at the point -1, -6. Cramer's rule, solving a system of equations using Cramer's rule and matrices. All right, hey, not so tough. If it were 3 by 3, you'd do the exact same thing. You'd find the system determinant, you'd find the x determinant, y determinant, z determinant, divide them by the system determinant, voila, x, y, z. All right, there you go.